Welcome to the ICAP Gen video research logs. Hello, my name is Diana Elder and I'm an accredited genealogist professional specializing in the Gulf South region of the United States. Today we're going to talk about research logs. Let's start off with discussing exactly what is a research log. Simply put, it's a record of what you are looking for, where you looked, and what you found. You might be asking, why use a research log? There are many reasons to use a research log, and of course one of the most important is to track your searches. You'll want to track positive and negative searches. Oftentimes we only want to record the information if we found something, but a negative search can be just as important. You really don't want to research that microfilm again or to search that collection of books again, do you? If you have made a complete entry in your research log of what you looked for and that it was not there, then you will save time in the long run because you will no longer recheck the same databases. It's important to note the date a database was searched. In case it was a negative search and new information is added at a later date, you'll want to know so that you can search that database again and perhaps your record will be there this time. The research log is the perfect place to create your source citation that you can then use in many other places in your research. It will also show you at a glance what has been found as well as where you have looked. The research log gives you a place to evaluate information and evidence as you are looking at a source. It's going to help you be more productive and efficient in your research. Finally, two important reasons to use a research log is to avoid duplication of effort. It's so much better to make a clear entry than to keep searching the same record collections over and over if you have forgotten that you have searched there before. Also, if you ever want to break through your brick walls, record keeping is essential, and a research log will show you at a glance what you have found, where you've been, will help you make the connections that you need to break down those brick walls. There are different types of research logs, and we will talk about two of those today. There's the electronic research log and the handwritten research log. For accreditation, you will need to submit a research log in a PDF format. If you choose to have this be handwritten, then you will have to scan in your research log to submit it. If you choose to do this electronically, then it's a simple matter to create a PDF. The handwritten research log form can be downloaded as a template from the Family Search website, or you can design your own. It's a good idea to print several copies that you can fill out by hand, and this can be very useful if you're researching in an archive where only paper is allowed. It's also useful if you're in an area and your computer has run out of battery, or if you are in a place where you have no internet access, or if you simply want to take notes by hand researching in a specific repository or courthouse. Your handwritten research log could then be transferred to your electronic one, or you could simply file your research notes and have those available for use later. This is what a research log form looks like that can be found on FamilySearch.org on the Research Wiki. You'll notice it has several different items that you need to fill out, and we're going to go through each one of those in a little bit further detail later on. Now let's talk about the electronic research log. This can be created in a table format or a spreadsheet. If you're doing a spreadsheet format, then you can also have multiple pages in a single spreadsheet. Another benefit of a spreadsheet is the ability to sort columns to view specific searches. This is what a research log can look like in a document table. This research log was created in Microsoft Word. It could also be created in Google Docs or another word processing format. And you'll notice that I've created several different columns and then simply filled in the columns with the information as I have researched. This is what a multi-page research log looks like in a spreadsheet. This one was created in Google Sheets, but you could also create this in Microsoft Excel or another spreadsheet program. You'll notice that I have several different columns across the top, and then across the bottom there are 4 different names. Each of those names represents a different research log for a different generation of my family. When I submitted my 4-generation report for accreditation, this was the research log that I submitted. Dora Algie was my 1st generation, Robert Sisney the 2nd, Thomas Beverly the 3rd, and John Carey the 4th. You'll notice that Thomas Beverly is opened, and so all of the information that I found that pertained to him went into his research log. Of course, there were some details that could go on both generations, and so it was a simple matter to copy and paste an entire row and put it in the appropriate generation. Other good things about the electronic research log is the capability to keep in your computer files with each ancestor or family. You can cut and paste information from websites, and you can add links to online records. Categories for a research log can be the following: date, repository, locality, searching for, URL, call number, microfilm number, source citation, and document number. Let's look at each of these and see how we might use this category to record our searches in a research log. Let's use the example of a marriage certificate. This example is for John H. Dawson and Georgia Ann Lewis, who were married 4 February 1850 by John E. Dawson in Russell County, Alabama. So you see the image of the actual document, and then below is the source citation that I created that goes with this document that tells exactly where I viewed it and information about that document. So how would I go about creating a research log entry for this document? The first category to fill out is the date. In this instance, I searched the record collection on 6 March 2016. That was the date the search was performed. Some databases are updated periodically and need to be rechecked at a later date. In this instance, I did find the marriage certificate, but say the database was not complete and the website was going to be adding more records in a few months or maybe a few years. If I did not find what I was looking for, I could go back and check later. Knowing the date is an important piece of your information for your research records. Next, we have the repository. In this case, I searched the marriage record on the website ancestry.com. You're going to record the website, library, archive, or other physical location that holds the source. The repository could even be your own files if it is a letter or a document that you have inherited. Next, you will want to put a unique identifier such as the URL, a call number, or a microfilm number. One of the things that I like to do to make my research log neater is to use the website bit.ly.com to shorten long URLs. So if you are interested in doing that, go to bit.ly.com. It's a very simple website that will help you shorten some of those extremely long URLs and help your research log to look neater. If you have viewed a source at a library, then you will want to put the unique call number for that library or the unique microfilm number. Think of what information you will need to view that again. The searching for column lets you know exactly what you are looking for. List the specific search, the record type, and name. If you start with the record type, such as marriage record, census record, probate record, land record, etc. Then when you sort by this column in a spreadsheet, you can organize by record type. you'll be able to group all of your searches for probate together, all of your searches for the census together. And this can help you as you're looking at a glance to see what you have found and where you have looked. Next, we have the locality. Here you will want to list the specific locality. And I like to go in order: city, county, state, or country. So in this example, I searched in Russell County, Alabama. And again, we can sort by this column if we are recording our research log in a spreadsheet, and we can organize by locality and see all of the searches that we have made in a specific county or in a state. If I'm searching a statewide collection, then I would perhaps just write Alabama in locality. Next, we have a source citation. As you're researching, it is very helpful to create the source citation the first time a source is viewed. This gives you an opportunity to truly examine that source, then add all of the details about the source. In this example, I created the source citation for the marriage record, and it reads Russell County, Alabama, marriage record White, 1847 to 50, page 134. It's for John H. Dawson and Georgia Ann Lewis. The marriage date was 4 February 1850. I have the image number, and it was accessed on Family Search, and there's the family history library microfilm number. So you'll see that this is a layered citation with the physical information separated from the digital information separated from the microfilm information. Next, you want to discuss what you found in the record. This is in your results and comments section. In this case, I abstracted the information that it was John H. Dawson and Georgia Ann Lewis who were married 4 February 1850 by Johnny Dawson, Russell County, Alabama. An important fact is to note is that you need to copy names exactly. If the names are spelled incorrectly, you will need to know the exact spelling to find those again, perhaps in an index. And it's important to abstract the information for lengthy documents. Remember to detail all the information. You never know when you're going to need to refer back to your research log to see who the witnesses are for the marriage or the probate record, and it will save you time if you don't have to go back and look at that source again. If you have included enough in your results and comments section that you can quickly and easily find the information for that source. What if I did not find anything in a specific search and I had negative results? Then I would want to use the letters NIL, which stand for not in location. I would want to detail the search parameters and craft a source citation reflecting the specific source that I searched. In this example, I could put nil, searched for Lewis Dawson marriage in Georgia, 1845 to 1855. I would not find the marriage in Georgia because the marriage took place in Alabama. Now let's say that I am writing my report and I want to show reasonably exhaustive research that I have searched all of a particular record collection and had no results. Then I would simply state that, and then I would cite my searches using the source citation reflecting that negative search. Lastly, we have the document number column. This is the last thing you're going to want to do after you have written your report. When you are completely finished rearranging the sections of your report, then you can go and add your document numbers. You will want your document numbers to correspond to document numbers in your research log. So in this instance, you see a screenshot of my report where it discusses the marriage of Georgia A. Dawson, and it has a little 3 mentioning the footnote, and the footnote shows at the bottom there, and at the end of the footnote I have put document 1. That will signal whoever is reading the report to look in my appendix of documents for document 1, which will be an actual image of the marriage. It will also correspond to my research log. Here's a screenshot of my research log. You will see that I have the source citation and I have the results and comments section, and then under document number I have entered 1. If you are an accreditation candidate, you will want to make sure you have matched the document numbers between the research log, the report, family group records, and your documents. You attach the source citation and document number to each document submitted with the report. Here you see an image of that marriage certificate. Underneath the marriage certificate, I have the source citation with the correct document number, which matches the research log and the report. Tips for accreditation candidates. You will need to fill out each part of the research log as you search a source. Include all negative searches on the research log, and create the complete source citation the first time you view the source. To review, a research log is a record of what you were looking for, where you looked, and what you found. Thanks for watching this video on research logs. If you have any questions, you can find me at DianaElder11 on Twitter or email me at diana@familylocket.com. I wish you the very best of luck as you move forward with your accreditation process, or if you are simply researching and you want to learn how to better create research logs.